Now, the Karnataka government is receiving backlash from the opposition after the demand for more deputies belonging to Veerashaiva, Lingayat, SCST and minority communities, which is growing within the party. The demand seems to have created differences in the Siddaramaiah cabinet. Congress Minister Dinesh Gundu Rao refuted the allegations of any internal fight. He termed the demand as personal opinions of leaders and added that final decision will be taken by the Chief Minister and party high command. The BJP, on the other hand, is hitting out at the government, citing the rise in fuel tariffs and increased price of essential goods like milk and even the looming water tariff hike, which the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has called imperative. BJP is saying that Congress is busy appointing new deputies when the coffers of the state are depleted and the common man continues to suffer as the 5 guarantees that pushed the Congress to power have been exposed as untenable. This brings us to the question: the Karnataka Deputy CM tussle, is the post above solving price rise? That's a big question that we are posing tonight.
ಚರ್ಚೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಟಿ ವಿಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಎರಡನೇದು, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಚುನಾವಣೆಗಳು ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ,
ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕರವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು.
ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ವಲಯದ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ತಕರಾರಿಲ್ಲ.
They are doing this as a diversion tactic to divert people's minds from the actual issues of price rise.
All right, and for that, let me introduce my guests. In fact, Tuhin Sinha, who is the national spokesperson of the BJP, continues to stay with us. Bhavya Krishnamurthy, who is the spokesperson of the Congress party, also joins me today. Many thanks to you, Bhavya and Tuhin, for staying on. Bhavya, the big question is the Congress party bearing the heat of delivering or the pressure to deliver on the guarantee schemes, which is now taking a toll on the state's coffers?
We don't see that as a pressure. Our guarantee schemes, we were very clear from day one, since the day we announced before the elections, that our state and the people of Karnataka needed these measures. These are welfare measures and these are going to empower the people of Karnataka. We are very, very clear about it on this, and our guarantees will continue. It was the opposition party who doubted us whether we will implement guarantees or not. After we implemented, now they have a problem. They keep saying, take back guarantees, because if that is not, helping you, if that is creating this financial problem, then why are you giving guarantees? You know what? No matter what, guarantees is a different question and we are not going to stop that. And then comes, when you talk about price rise, whether it is the petrol price or the milk price that has been increased, I would like to take case by case, right? When it comes to milk price rise, we have increased it by 2 rupees and 4 rupees respectively between half liter and 1 liter. And I understand, I'm not saying the people, the civilians have asked for 50 ml extra milk, but we are also providing for the price rise. The equal amount of milk is also been increased in the pack. So that money only goes to the farmers. We have to purchase or procure that many liters of milk to increase even the supply, right? So the money directly goes to the farmers, and KMF is an independent thing and they have decided on increasing the price. Coming to diesel and petrol price. Akanksha, I would like to remind BJP that they have a responsibility towards the people of Karnataka as well. I understand they want to be a responsible opposition party by protesting against the price rise and all that. Instead of showing their desperation and their disappointment of not giving them a chance in Karnataka and reducing their seats in parliamentary elections and not giving them a chance in assembly elections, so they want to attack the people of Karnataka. Instead, what they want to do, what they can do is just one thing: go to their own leaders who have their government in center and ask them to give us the share that the center owes us.
All right. You
Once
made your
we-
point. You made your point. Tuhin,
No, I have more regarding petrol as well.
all right. I give you another 15 seconds before I take a rebuttal from Tuhin. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Bhavya, please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So I thought you asked him to speak. Okay. So during 2013-14, the additional excise duty on petrol and diesel, I mean, the share that was going to the central per litre petrol was 9 rupee 21 paise and 3 rupee 41 paise in 2013-14, just before BJP came to power. And you know how much it is today? It is 33 rupees and 34 rupees goes to center. Center has many means of collecting taxes. And once they impose GST, our state has a loss. Our increase, the percentage of increase in our collection of tax has not increased at all. It has decreased. And
All right.
because the
You
finan-
made your point, Bhavya. Tuhin, if I could bring you in, this has also been a consistent charge coming in from the Congress party that, you know, it is the centre which is responsible for the inflation. In fact, some days ago, we heard Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri also talk about how it is the non-BJP ruled states where the prices of the fuel, especially petrol and diesel, is higher. Why is it so?
You know, Akansha, today, sadly, the Congress state governments are synonymous with financial anarchy. Since we are discussing Karnataka, you know, you would recall that the first thing which DK Shivkumar said after coming to power was that there can be no development work this year because we have made 5 promises which we need to fulfill. Now, in the last few weeks, they have increased the price of petrol, they have increased the price of water, they have increased the price of power. You know, the point is, while today we may be discussing Karnataka, there is a larger malaise that the Congress party represents today. It is over-promising and under-delivering. Imagine, you know, using Karnataka as a case study, imagine the kind of financial damage they would have wreaked upon the country had their fake promises during the election, you know, had they come to power and had, you know, they been made to fulfill those promises. Today, we have seen after the elections how women have been lining up outside Congress state offices, you know, because they provided a check, a fake guarantee card saying we'll give you 1 lakh. So I think a Congress party, you know, which is the oldest party in the country, needs to be a little more responsible when it comes to making false promises to win elections, because eventually it is about the fiscal health of the country and it hampers the economic development of the country going ahead.
Bhavya, the centre has also taken steps to lower the prices of petrol and diesel. Why is it that, you know, Karnataka or till recently when the government change didn't happen in Andhra Pradesh, even Telangana, Kerala, are not able to implement those policies?
You know, it depends on each state government, of course. And if you see Maharashtra, where BJP is in power, the prices are more than Karnataka's price. We have kept it, you know, affordable for our people. Compared to most of the BJP ruled states, our state has lesser price. And we understand once we increase the petrol price, the essential commodities, you know, price will increase. But let me tell you something. The tolls, you know, the toll collection from Karnataka, in 2013, it was 2,000 crores. And in 2024, it is 65,000 crores, which goes directly to center. So in 10 years, they have increased from 2,000 crores to 65,000 crores. Doesn't this increase the essential commodities prices? That means per kilometer cost has increased through toll. Then come road construction development cess.
You know, Akansha,
10,800 crores goes from Karnataka. When center is having so many means of collecting taxes, and when Karnataka is actually giving 100 rupees to center, we get back only 12 rupees to 13 rupees. Above which, They are not ready to give us the compensation that the
Right.
finance
I was just
commission
waiting for you to
has
mention the word compensation. Tuhin, okay, Tuhin, it always comes back to compensation coming in from the center. The fact of the matter is, in fact, research and reports are very much indicative of how the daily wage earners are struggling for a living. When you talk about service-based people, even say the common man who depend on their daily services, whether it's a plumber or an electrician or even the grocers, they're all talking about how they've been majorly hit and they do not have means to sustain their daily wages.
You know, the fact today is that 25 crore people have been brought out of poverty in the last 10 years. And if you look at the recent India Today report, poverty is at its lowest, less than 3% ever. So if there are, you know, some pockets which are still suffering, the government is completely committed to addressing the problems. But over here, you know, let us not digress from the issue. While what you are witnessing in Karnataka is an immediate reaction of the Congress fiscal mismanagement, I think, you know, it has larger connotations.
And the power
for
tussle
the
within
country.
the Congress.
We have seen similar. We have seen similar fiscal mismanagement in the states of Rajasthan when Congress was in power, in the state of Himachal where Congress is in power, where repeatedly government employees have not been provided salaries for months at a stretch. So I think, you know, over promising and under delivering with a desperate attempt to somehow grab power has been the hallmark of the Congress party. But I think they need to think about the future of the country. They need to have a vision for the next 2 decades the way we have.
Bhavya, K.H. Muniappa in fact went on to say that it's time to bring in newer faces and drop the senior faces. What does this indicate of the own political scenario within the Karnataka Congress?
Just one point I want to make regarding what.
No, because what we are discussing today is also politically connected.
For people, he said they brought out 20 crore people from poverty, and the same BJP also claims that they are giving free ration to 80 crore people. What an irony is this? Does that mean when they came to power, more than 100 crore people were below poverty line? Where do you get these numbers?
All right, Bhavya, let's also talk about the power tussle within the Karnataka Congress. I mean, why demand only 3 deputy CMs? You can have 5, 6, 7. The list is endless.
10.
You know, when you have one of the largest political party or the oldest political party and so many leaders, powerful leaders, you know, who have a lot of experience, of course these kind of tussles come up. But I'm very sure our leaders are capable enough to sit together and sort it out in the inner circle. And we will come out with a solution, because whatever the tussle is, every one of our leaders are committed to serve the people of Karnataka.
But Bhavya, do you agree that as far as inflation is concerned, there is no sector that also includes hospitality, it also includes excise? All of them have been deeply impacted. We can't just talk about milk and vegetables, power and gas cylinders and so on and so forth.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Once we get back what the center owes us, you know, including last year, Karnataka went through one of the worst phases of, you know, drought, which their own committee, a cabinet committee came, they inspected and they said we have lost 35,000 equal to 35,000 rupees loss of crop. And they suggested that center should give us 18,000 crore rupees in compensation. And guess what? They did not do that until elections and until we went to Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court had to guide them to give us, and they have only released 3,000 crores so far. There's a lot of things.
I'm running short of time. Tuhin, you have another minute to answer that before I, in fact, close this debate with Bhavya's closing thoughts.
You know, the Congress party has been spreading a lot of falsehood on the issue of GST devolution to states. And Nirmala Sitharamanji has very categorically explained it both on X as well as through her press conference. So I don't need to get into that. Fact is, in neighboring Telangana, when Revant Reddy was recently asked in one of his interviews if the center has been unfair, he very categorically said that I have no experience of the center being unfair. So, you know, when their state government underperforms or is not able to deliver, it's the easiest thing for the Congress party to blame the center. But I think it's about time they realize that they need to be a little more responsible as a political party and think about the fiscal health of the state and the country going ahead.
All right, Bhavya, I'd like you to in fact respond to that, and while you do that, important to also...
Ask to please check what the Supreme Court has asked the centre to do, after which the centre actually gave us some of the compensation, just 3,000 crores out of 18,000 crores, and still a compensation or the Upper Bhadra project, which was in your previous budget, which the same Nirmala Siddaramaiah had announced that she is going to give us 5,000 crores, has not been released, not a penny, your previous budget. There are a lot of things about Karnataka, because I am from Karnataka and I'm working in the party. I exactly know how much the centre owes us. Once that comes to us,
all right, Bhavya, my question to you is, and I give you 30 seconds, do you think that the Congress guarantees have worked? Because we've seen how the Voka Liga candidates have lost out in the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections. We've also seen Mr. D.K. Suresh's defeat. How do you place this into perspective? If we've seen your vote share has increased, but in terms of victory, how has it now panned out?
Akanksha, yes, it was not up to our expectation. We definitely expected a minimum of 15 seats. But to increase from 1 seat to a 9 seat, I see that as a good, turnout. Although, yes, the guarantee schemes, like I said, the whole intention was to empower the people of Karnataka. And if you get some time, come to Karnataka, I'll take you on field and you will see how happy the women of Karnataka are there. More than anyone else, the women of Karnataka feel empowered. They're taking care of their health.
Bhavya, that's something I do not agree with, because Rahul Gandhi on record has gone on to talk about how during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, the women of Karnataka have talked about inflation and how they are not happy with the price rise. So let's not get there. But I in fact, do appreciate your honesty in several aspects for calling a spade a spade. Many thanks to you, Bhavya and Taween, for joining in on this discussion.